Doctor had me fired, my company imploded, by user Sarish. Back in the dark ages, around 1993, I worked for a medical transcription firm as their SYS admin. We were doing some cutting-edge IT stuff, in getting transcriptions printed at the hospitals remotely, using print queues with the modem number hard-coded in, and the system would look for queues with anything in them and dial the number if it found something in that queue. It worked really well, until it didn't. I was the only SYS admin in this city, so I was on call 24/7/365 and was averaging 3 hours of sleep per night, when I could go home, and trying to catch little catnaps here and there when I could. Anytime something would go wrong on the hospital side, I would have to go to the hospital and fix it. A few months after I started, the two of the VPs from Corp relocated to my city, since we were the most productive city with the highest profits. The first thing they did was come up with an excuse to fire the current director, then they took over operations themselves. Then my job went from taking care of our systems to taking care of the doctor's computers too. I did what I could, but I was also sending out resumes. Then I was told to go to a hospital and see why the printing stopped. I remember this day. I hadn't been home for 2 days and had been going non-stop for 18 hours. I get there, someone had unplugged the modem. I plug it back in, call comes in and jobs start printing. This doctor walks over and tells me that VP number 1 told him that I would go out to his house and work on his home computer. I politely explain to the doctor that I can't do that, and that I'm heading home to get some sleep. Then I head back to the office to pick up a few things before heading home. As soon as I walk through the door, I get escorted straight to the VP's office. Both VP number 1, VP number 2 and the office manager are there. They proceed to start chewing me out. I just started laughing at them. I'm the only person in a 1,000 miles that knows anything about this system. They lose their temper and tell me I'm fired and am to leave immediately. I really said thank you. Then left. This was December 15th, my oldest son's birthday. On the way home I stop a mom and pop computer store where I know some of the people to drop off a resume. They tell me that they have no openings right now but will call me when they do. I talk to a couple friends while I'm there, then head on home. The only thing I'm worried about is telling my GF that I got fired. I walk through the door, she's at work. I see the answering machine blinking, so I hit play. Mom and pop computer store, our primary novel engineer just quit, are you still available? I call them back and let them know I'll be there tomorrow. That began a much more peaceful career, with better pay, rotating on call and most every weekend and holiday off. BTW, the medical transcription firm imploded. The VPs were fired. They floundered for about a year and were bought up by a competing firm. I don't get why you need to make such a big deal about stolen devices, by user Fideshatus off done. Edit December 3, 2021. Confirmed with HR that the inbound number from yesterday's call matches something they have on file for a personal contact number from CC's application, confirmed not a test or the thief calling in. Just a clueless user from the top floor. I always thought that people making 6 to 7 figures of salary and with corporate card limits higher than my salary would have some sort of sense of the seriousness of protecting your company assets and data, not go several days without reporting a stolen laptop, but alas, my conversation today. For context, I work as help desk for a multi-billion-dollar Canadian retailer whose high-profile users are very much in the public eye and have been targeted before for phishing and data theft. Cast, me, CC, clueless C-suite user. *K call on the VIP line from an external number without caller ID. Red flag number 1. Anyone on the VIP line should be coming through from either their extension or corporate cell with their name, already verified with employee number. Me, thanks for calling service desk, my name is me. Can we start with your name please? CC, I think I'm locked out of my account, unlock me. I have a meeting to join. Me, we can take a look, I'll need your name first though. CC, it's clueless C-suite user. Me, let's check why you can't get in, one moment. Their account has been blocked by network security team, after dozens of failed logon attempts to the network. Me, alright, your account was disabled by the security team. I'll need to confirm some information before we do anything with this. You'll need to verify your employee number, the person you report to and the address of the building that you work out of. CC, my employee ID is incorrect number, I work from head office and I don't report to anyone, I'm the high-profile C-suite position. Me, alright, so you do have a listed manager even if you don't communicate with them every day. Please confirm their name. Also the employee number you provided is incorrect. CC, Why am I locked out? This is costing the company millions of dollars. It's probably not, but okay. Me, there's been suspicious activity on your account. Have you clicked any emails asking for your password in the last few weeks or let anyone access your hardware? Even if it was locked or powered off. CC, I don't click emails, you make me do enough training on that. Me, okay, how about if anyone has had access to your laptop or corporate cell phone? Even just for a few minutes. CC, well, it was stolen from my car. I'm not sure where it is now. Me, I'm sorry, your laptop was stolen? When did this happen? Last night? We'll need a police report immediately. CC, no, it was a few days ago. My bag with my corporate cell and laptop was taken from my car when I was parked at local mall. I asked my assistant to order me a replacement, but I haven't received it. Me, these sorts of things need to be reported to us or security immediately. Whoever stole your devices would have unrestricted access to any incoming phone calls and could get into your laptop without much difficulty. I'm going to begin the process to wipe those devices and alert the security team. Please provide as much information as to the time and location of the theft, where was your car parked at the mall, etc. CC, this is why I didn't report this in the first place. You make such a big deal of this for no reason. Just get me back into my accounts so I can join my meeting. Me, unfortunately that can't be done until the network team can perform a risk assessment on your account and get the proper monitoring configured. What sort of information do you keep on your laptop and phone? Is there anything confidential or that could harm the company if released to the public? CC, I'm working on an acquisition of a competitor with the legal team, there's probably some documents regarding that shouldn't get out. When do I get my new computer? Me, the new devices aren't the issue here, I've paged out the network security team. Once they complete the assessment and receive confirmation that the devices have been wiped, they'll call you and provide you new credentials for your account. I suggest that you reach out to HR so they can forward your employment letters so that you can correctly verify your information. CC, so you can't tell me the information I'll need? Me, it'll likely be a combination of your employee number which is on your benefits card, as well as your manager listed on Teams and your office address. CC, what's my employee number? Me, you're not verified so I cannot provide that. CC, so you're not going to help me at all? Me, my job is to help protect the company's systems and assets, lost devices are serious and the process is strict. If I unlock your account or give you the info you need to verify, I'll be fired immediately. CC hangs up on me, I go about my morning but keep an eye on this ticket because I'm nosy. User calls back twice from what I can tell and fails verification both times requesting that we just reset their account for this meeting they need to join. I swear I'm going to be grey by the time I'm 30 at this rate. No, the CPU was not stolen, by user original_sly_fox. I just wish users who have to use a computer every day got some basic training. I work remote IT for a medical facility which is a very high-paced environment and it can be rough some days, but generally, after I ask a few questions I can do the troubleshooting I need to fix the issue, if not I can send the case to a team on site to get the issue resolved. I got a call today that started out like this. SF, me, C, caller, R, some random person, dash. SF, thank you for calling, how can I assist you today? C, the CPU was stolen. As a note, stealing a CPU for one of these computers requires a lot of time and a lot of work because most of the computers in this location are locked in a cage. SF, alright, do you see any dented metal or screws lying on the floor? C, no, why would that stuff be there? SF, well, if a CPU was stolen we need to unscrew the cage, case, fan mount, and potentially CPU mount. C, well, the HDD is saying it's corrupted. SF, okay, so is the CPU intact? C, no, I'm telling you that the HDD is corrupted, do you even work with computers? SF, okay, can you read off the error that the HDD is giving you? C, entering power sleep mode and I can't get it to show anything else. Yay, so the CPU being stolen, I have no idea what that means, this HDD error just means the computer isn't getting a video signal, so I document what actually is going on and get back to the call. C, okay, so from the sounds of the error on the screen it may be that the cable is loose or bad, could you please check the cables for me? C, pft, no, the CPU was stolen and I already checked the cables. SF, could you try turning the computer on for me to check to see if any lights pop up? C, no, I'm telling you. There's a bit of a scuffle and some random worker comes on. The CPU was stolen and we need a tech up here to fix it. I try to do the same troubleshooting steps to maybe hopefully get a lock that it is an issue with a cable or it's not plugged in, but look here, I know more about computers than you do, and when I say that the CPU was stolen I know it, and on top of that our HDD is saying it's corrupt. I mute myself, sigh and smack my head. SF, okay, I'll send a tech over to take a look at it. There, was that so hard? Click. Sometimes the only way to win is to lose. I checked back on the case a little bit ago and saw the solution the techs gave. Went to site, turned on computer. What do you mean the server is gone? By user Decim. I work in a data center. We are supposed to have several people on hand to allow clients in the doors and to their cabinets, but because we can't keep people employed here I'm working that duty on top of my normal tickets/phone/receiving duties. Anyway, I get a message that a client is hard down. Their equal logic is reporting as down and their VMS are all fucked. As acting door dude I have to go out to the cabinet to check it out, but the cabinet documentation is wrong. This client split into two, but the new one was never set up right, so now I have to look in all kinds of places. I can't find this equal logic anywhere, right? I even found the switch it should have been in, and traced the labeled cable all the way to the end, and found it was just gone. The Ethernet cable was just hanging there. It must have been moved during the split and not documented. I'm telling all of this to the facility engineer, who takes care of the building, HVAC, coolant, power, etc. He goes, there was that field tech in today, he was in that cabinet. Would be wild if he just took it. We laughed. That would be funny. He was in that cabinet, wasn't he? And he left with his server. I called the head technical supervisor immediately, who got field services to bring it back. They're setting it up now and we're trying to figure out how to tell the client we literally just took their entire storage environment and left with it. I need a drink. Edit. Apparently it was erroneously marked inactive when it obviously was not. Because it was our company's device being used for their paid service/environment, but was marked inactive for that client, the field tech just ripped it out to put it into another internal environment thinking it was all good. So there are several levels of oops here. You need to come here immediately, I have a very important meeting to join, by user ID. So, early Tuesday morning, I'm sitting with a few workmates who are in remote in our daily stand-up. Before the actual stand-up, suddenly I get bombarded with Teams messages by a user, urging me to come upstairs to check on her computer, because it was acting up again. I told her I will be there in 15 minutes after my stand-up, but that will simply not do, she has a very important meeting to attend. I just sigh, excuse myself from my colleagues, drink the remainder of my coffee and head up. She's already standing at the doorway of her office, gesturing me to hurry up. None of the programs respond, everything is acting weird, nothing works. Me, have you tried restarting the laptop? No, I can't do that, it won't let me. I then tried to restart the computer and indeed, it was acting weird. Opening the start menu only immediately opened the search query and then showed a constant space being input. At this point I look down and see her headset is resting on top of the spacebar of the external keyboard, which I remove. Me, hey look, your headset was resting against the spacebar. A look of mild panic settles in on her face and she angrily explains that this cannot be the case as she just set them before I came over. I asked her to describe one of the issues she was having. When I opened Outlook it kept scrolling through the mails on its own. I asked her to open Outlook and then I held down the spacebar and to nobody's surprise the error she reported replicated. That's weird, it does the same now. Trying her hardest to look surprised. Me, yeah that's crazy. Anyway, whatever caused it, it's gone now, if you've got any other problems, let me know. As I left she was opening Teams to join her extremely important meeting. It was her daily stand-up.